this afternoon, probably the strongest we are going to see that geomagnetic storm get. Now, there's a lot of numbers and letters on this graphic, and I'll try to break it down as best I can. So this relates to our potential of seeing the aurora borealis, and the best chance, regardless of whether those returns weaken a little bit tonight or they stay as strong as they are right now, it's going to be our best chance to see things tonight, because as you can see, the strength will go down over the weekend. Now, I want to talk about the K index. That's what we relate to, how far south that the northern lights will be visible. And you can see this down here. This is the K9, K7, K5, and K3 rings. Not perfect, but loosely attributed to that. And we have talked at length about how this was the weather prediction, or the space weather predictions, first time issuing that G4 storm watch since 2005. So the G4 relates equivalently into the K index as a K8. So that would put it somewhere in between this orange and red line, and that takes it just south of southern New England. So arguably we're going to be able to see this somewhere in New England in the Northeast tonight, weather permitting. I think we'll have some clearing of the skies. There's partial clear skies out there right now. The further north you get, the better chance you will get, not just because you're getting into a better viewing territory, but also because I think the skies will be clear with that high pressure that's situated north of us tonight. Gave us a little assist today, kept most of that rain very brief and very south, and also very light. Earlier this morning, it's dried out, and it's a pretty decent evening out there. The weekend's mostly dry. Slight chance of a shower, really both days, a higher chance, but even that is going to be very paltry for Mom on Sunday. And then we'll warm things up a little bit as well, because the cool weather is not going anywhere. It's a trade-off here. The high pressure sits up there. It brings in that northeast wind and that onshore flow and keeps us in the 50s, but it's also keeping us relatively dry here. As we go forward in time, there you'll see those clouds giving way to clearer skies here in our neck of the woods. So again, I think the best viewing times, again, if that geomagnetic storm strength can hold on until tonight. We're just getting a little unlucky because the strongest returns this afternoon where it just happened to be in daylight. So we're on the wrong side of the world. Folks up in, say Russia and over into Europe are seeing probably a great show right now, I would gather. As we go through Saturday, though, once the sun comes up, of course, we'll see sunshine mixing with clouds throughout the day. Notice a couple of little light specks of green here. There could be a drop or two, a sprinkle out there. As we head into Sunday, it is unfortunately going to be a little bit cloudier, but I still do anticipate we'll get some breaks of sun. And you can see maybe a little bit more numerous. So we go from maybe a 10 to 15% chance of a sprinkle tomorrow to maybe about a 20% chance for Mom on Sunday. But it's going to be a pretty decent day overall. 52 at 10 a.m., 57 at 2 p.m., and 55 as we head into the evening. So it is on the cool side, but notice the warm up as we get into Monday and Tuesday. 66 on Monday, 70 on Tuesday. That has the potential to be our warmest day of the week, possibly getting back to 70 by the end of the week on Friday. Wednesday is our shower day, and that maybe extends into Thursday morning, but I think Thursday's mostly okay, and we'll start to improve things as we go throughout then. So again, guys, all the interest, and rightfully so, is on the fact that we could see the northern lights here in southern New England tonight.
Will we be able to get video or pictures with a normal iPhone 15?
They are very strong these days. I remember when I went up to Maine for the eclipse, I was able to pick up so many stars on that nighttime mode that they have, the dark mode. I was able to pick up so many stars that I couldn't even see with my naked eye. So I would definitely gather that some of these newer phones could pick them up. If you have long exposure photography like a Nikon or anything like that, that will obviously the best way to see the real vibrant curtains that we think of the northern lights. We don't just think of that little green hue in the sky. We think of those dancing curtains that you see typically up in Alaska and places like that. So, but I think we're going to get some pretty good submissions over the weekend. Fingers crossed.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to
me
seeing
too.
them. Thanks, Jeff.